I'd like to try a little experiment here. I have a virtual Windows 10 Enterprise. It's an unlicensed version, but let's take a look and see what the computer name is on this thing. So let's just go to this PC. I'm going to go down to Properties, and let's take a look. And the computer name is My PC, and then it says full computer name My PC. Let's check some of the other areas as well and see if we can verify this elsewhere. I'm just going to call up a command prompt here, and I will type hostname, and the hostname is My PC. Let's try ipconfig with an all switch, and I misspelled that, didn't I? IPCONFIG. There we go, and sure enough the host name there says My PC. One other place I'd like to check is in PowerShell. Let's call up PowerShell. Here we are, and I'm going to look at the environmental variables. And here we have the computer name says My PC. The logon server says / My PC. Let's see, down here we have user domain My PC and user domain roaming profile My PC. One last place to check. I'm going to go in here to the settings and system and then about, and we'll see what it says there. And sure enough, device name My PC. So we've been told that the computer name is the same as the NetBIOS name, and the two of them can only be 15 characters long, and that the host name is different from the NetBIOS and computer names, and it can have a longer name. So let's see what happens if we try to change the name of this PC. So I'm just going to go down here to rename this PC, and we will change this to a long computer name that's greater than 15 characters. So I'm going to make it very long computer name. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's around 20 characters or so. 8, 12, 13, 14, 16. Yeah, 20 characters. So this should be too long for the NetBIOS or computer name, but it should be okay for the host name. So we'll go ahead and click Next, and then we're going to restart the computer. I'll pause the video while we're restarting the computer, and then we'll come back and take a look and see what happened. Okay, we're back now. Let's see how we fared with this. Let's check all of these places and see what we discovered about the computer name. So first I'm going to open up the File Explorer. This is the same, by the way, as going to the Control Panel and then to System in Control Panel, but it gets us to the same screen. Let's take a look and see what happens. Well, now this is interesting. We're told that the computer name can only be 15 characters, but here it shows all 20 characters for both the computer name and the full computer name. Well, that's interesting. So let's take a look at the, let's see, what else did we have? The command line, and look at host name and see what the host name says. Well, it also shows 20 characters. Let's look at ipconfig, all, and it also shows all 20 characters. So something funny is going on here. Let's take a look at PowerShell and see what we see in here. So I'm going to call up the environmental variables in PowerShell. And here, oh my, here we have something interesting. It says here that the computer name is very long compute, which is 15 characters, which is what we expected the computer name to be. But back here, it says that the computer name is this 20 character thing. How about the others in here? The logon server, 15 characters. Let's go down here. The user domain and roaming profile and user domain are both 15 characters. So these are showing the NetBIOS name or computer name, whereas this is improperly showing the computer name over here on this version of Windows 10. By the way, let's see what version we are on. I don't believe this is the latest and greatest. This is a, oh, it is. This is a 2004 version, which is the current version. One other place we haven't checked here is, oh yes, in the settings. Let's go to the settings and see what we get. Under System and then About. And we get the whole thing there. So PowerShell is properly showing us that the NetBIOS name or computer name is only 15 characters long. However, we're not seeing that here in the computer name or device name as we're seeing it in Windows. So, and then the host name shows the long computer name, which is what we expected for the host name because it is not limited by 15 characters. So something funny is going on there. By the way, there is an article I found out here on the internet. Let's see if I can get this showing a little bit more of this. Why I insist NetBIOS names get weirder and weirder. And what this guy did is took the name Dell VP11 with 3 capital letters, and then he pinged using all variations of capital and small letters, and one of them failed. Dell VP11, which is the way he actually put it in, and that is the one that failed. Every other combination worked. So there's still something a little quirky going on here in Windows names that I really can't explain. I hope Microsoft gets it together and either explains this or fixes it or something.